Ciryl Gane wants to fight Jon Jones in this weekend's fight predictions. All this and more in today's episode. Welcome back, guys. And yes, I have my PC back. You guys might notice a little bit of a difference. We're back, we're rolling. And of course, Q&A was yesterday, but if you guys want to participate in the next Q&A, please comment below questions. Of course, we also launched a membership program, multiple tiers, so if you guys are interested in that, please click the link in the description or press join on my channel. Also, we have a big announcement, but this Saturday at 1 p.m., I wanted to hold off on this news until I knew it was confirmed, but at 1 p.m. Eastern time, we are going to be live on the channel. Yes, live. I'm going to be answering questions, and we're going to be watching the KSI fight, the Misfits card. Look, anything is possible in this live stream, but please check it out, 1 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a fun fight, and I'm super excited for this. So if you guys are interested, put the notification bell on, and you'll know when I'm live. But let's just get into this video. So obviously, everybody's waiting for Jon Jones to return at heavyweight. He's supposed to fight Francis Ngannou March 4th. That was the rumor circulating for about months now. And with that date being less than 2 months away, you have to think to yourself, what's going on with this fight? Is this fight even happening? Well, it looks like, you know, Francis Ngannou might not even make that date. His coaches have said it's a 50-50 chance, and for all we know, Francis Ngannou might be a free agent. I just made a video about this week. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave it in the corner. But you know, the next logical step for Jon Jones, if Francis can't make that date, would be Stipe Miocic, right? Stipe is probably the greatest heavyweight of all time. Jon Jones is the greatest light heavyweight of all time, if not the greatest of all time. So the fight makes sense, but it seems like Stipe is not really interested in the fight. So if we're looking at making an interim title, who's next? Well, for the longest time, I said, look, the fight to make is Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane for the interim belt. Ciryl Gane coming off of a win against Tai Tuivasa, and also Gane having a pretty close fight against Francis Ngannou last time out. And of course, Jon Jones, there's no explanation needed. Well, it looks like Ciryl Gane is ready to start chatting at Jon Jones. He tweeted that he would be ready March 4th in Las Vegas, confirming he is good for that date. And if Jon Jones is ready for that date, I don't see a reason why we shouldn't make this fight unless Francis Ngannou can make that date. So the pre-sale for that March 4th date start next week. So I'm expecting a main event rather soon. Now, this fight is probably one of the toughest matchups for Jon Jones. We have a guy that's matching his height and has the striking acumen of Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is definitely the best striker in the heavyweight division. He turned Francis Ngannou into a wrestler. Francis Ngannou, who has the power of 17 bulls, he turned the man into a wrestler, and his movement is just so on point. He's so fast for heavyweight, and I think this would be a problem for Jon Jones. And Jon Jones is one of those smart fighters, so is Ciryl Gane, so this will be a very smart technical chess match that'll take place over the course of 25 minutes, most likely. I mean, Jon Jones was at the top of the light heavyweight division for years, so I would be super excited for this fight. And I think the X factor is, look, Francis Ngannou was able to control Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane would have to have gotten a lot better in that grappling department to beat Jon Jones, right? Jon Jones' X factor is the wrestling. You know, obviously the assumption would be that Jon Jones' game plan would be to go in, take him down, get him tired, maybe gas him out a little bit, either get the TKO or get a submission or get a decision. The point is probably to fatigue Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane isn't a guy that has one punch knockout power, so in my opinion, Jon Jones doesn't have to stay so alert through the course of that 25 minutes. But it would be an interesting matchup. I want to know what you guys think. Who would win that fight? I think Jon Jones hasn't fought in a long time, and people are forgetting how great he truly is, but it's so hard because Ciryl Gane is also really good. So comment below, let me know. Alright, what you guys have been waiting for. I've been asked tons of questions about this to predict who's going to win this main event, who's going to win the KSI fight. Let's talk about it. First, this weekend, obviously we're back at the Apex, first time in a month that we've had a card. Now, the original main event was Kelvin Gastelum versus Nassourdine Imavov, but as everyone knows, Kelvin Gastelum pulled out earlier in the week, and now Sean Strickland is stepping in on like 5 days notice, walking in basically at his walking around weight, and the fight's going to take place at 205. And I already made a video talking about Sean Strickland and some of what we might see in this fight, but I haven't given a prediction yet. So a few things you need to know about Nassourdine Imavov. His striking, his movement is very good. It reminds me a lot of a lighter Ciryl Gane, and it's probably because he's training partners with Ciryl Gane and trains at the same gym as him. Nassourdine Imavov has really good wrestling. And another thing is Kelvin Gastelum is a guy that could land bombs. For a guy that I think gets hit a lot like Nassourdine Imavov, it's better because Sean Strickland doesn't have that knockout power, but he has a lot of other skills, which we're going to get into. Now, normally if this was a late replacement, we'd be talking, hey, is this guy going to fatigue? Should this guy try to get it done early? But in this case, it's Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland has cardio like you wouldn't believe. He pushes forward and he spars all the time, so he's constantly conditioned to fight. So I don't think that Sean Strickland will get tired over the course of the 25 minutes. However, being 20 pounds heavier might be a little bit of an issue, but I assume that he trains at that weight anyway. Sean Strickland is, of course, a boxer. He jabs forward. But I think I've broken down the fight. Let me tell you exactly how I think this fight will happen. First round, I think, will be all Nassourdine Imavov. I think he'll be moving laterally, slip out of the way, bang him with some shots, and touch up Sean. And that'll go for the first 2 rounds. Then at the end of the 3rd round to middle of the 3rd round, we're going to see Nassourdine Imavov fade, because in his last few fights, we have seen him fade. Joaquin Buckley, he was tired, lost the last round against Joaquin Buckley. And if Sean Strickland can move forward, land leg kicks, especially early on, and slow down the movement, I think we're going to see Nassourdine lose rounds 4 and 5, leaving this fight to 1 round. Now, in my opinion, this is where it gets tricky. But my prediction is Nassourdine Imavov will win the 3rd round, making him win a razor close decision. I think, like I said, Sean Strickland has to move forward in this fight. I wasn't impressed with the Cannonier performance where he was moving backwards in a lot of spaces. And I don't know if that's because of the Alex Bejeda fight, that now Sean is a little bit more timid and afraid to get knocked out. But he's got to move forward. He's got to move him back. Make sure Nassourdine Imavov has trouble kicking. Then kick him in the leg. Slow down Nassourdine. Make sure you can't use that movement, that bouncing around. Slow him down to the later rounds and really pour it on him. And Nassourdine's going to have to be really conservative with his energy, which is hard because the way he bounces around is very energy consuming. And also he wrestles too. But I'm going with Nassourdine by a razor close decision. Alright, finally we're talking the card that I'm going to be live streaming watching this weekend. KSI versus Faze Temper. Now obviously KSI was supposed to be fighting an MMA fighter, Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane pulls out about a week and a half ago, and another YouTuber by the name of Faze Temper steps in. Now KSI is a guy that's undefeated in this whole YouTube boxing scene, and Faze Temper is a guy that's pretty new in this but has a mixed martial arts background. He's a southpaw and very tall. I mean, he's like 6'4" and 6'3". KSI is like 5'11". So obviously KSI was supposed to be fighting a guy that was about the same height as him, so this is a big difference. And like, people are saying KSI is going to run through Faze Temper, he's going to knock him out, basically hyping up KSI. But as I've said many times, I don't think KSI is that good of a boxer. I think KSI will win this fight if he makes it a scrappy fight, goes on the inside, because we've seen Faze Temper get knocked out when people have boxed him from the inside, and it's really up to Faze Temper to keep that distance, and that's what he's want to do. Keep the distance, evade the overhands, and use that jab, use that 1-2, and when KSI gets a little wild, make him pay. So who do I see winning this fight? I think Faze Temper manages to get the upset. I think that he beats KSI. I think he's the better boxer, and I know a lot of people in the comment section are going to be saying, oh, you're crazy, you're wrong. I think we're going to see Faze Temper do a lot better than people will, and I think he might actually knock KSI out. I think KSI will run into his punches, and we know Faze Temper has big time power. I think it adds up over a couple rounds, and he gets a late TKO, KO stoppage. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your predictions on everything. Thank you guys for watching. Leave questions for the Q&A. If you can, join the Jack Walter MMA army. Click the join button, and also tune in for the live stream this weekend. It's going to be fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.